Hello, sir. Old man, sir.
I love meditating on God has called me as a pastor. It's working practically the way it is. And he said Nigeria is turning to a faith state. A faith state. What is a faith state? That we are constantly borrowing, that we cannot pay. That the money we have is from people. That who are the people selling this? Who are the people selling it? Who are the people buying it? These are the questions that we need to ask. I want to say this. It is that time we put the citizen as to come out to air our view. If we all stand in one voice, I believe this rubbish will stop. You cannot increase civil servant salary. The House of Assembly are collecting millions and billions for their allowances. It's a slap. Obasanjo paid our debt. They pardoned us of our debt. And this man is putting us into debt. Buhari?
Some say that this has persisted before Buhari.
It's
in PDP era. The oil bundling, the corruption has been there before he came in.
Let me give you the instance. The problem was not as like this. When during Jonathan, let me take during Jonathan period. Jonathan government set up excess food account fund that in case there are challenges, we'll be taking money from there. This government, Buhari government, I'll begin to mention them. Number one, Fashola, Oshamole, Rechimi Amechi took the federal government to court. And the court gave them an express order. And the federal government shared the money, not knowing that APC was going to come to rule Nigeria. The reverse is the case.
What will you say about the imam that was suspended? You heard the story.
Well, I didn't really read the story, but against the Islamic background, I believe that they don't speak against the government of the day.
That's what you believe?
That's their belief.
It's my Islamic belief.
They don't speak against the government of the day. The only thing they pray for the government of the day.
El-Rufai is a Muslim.
He's a sadist, not a Muslim. He's a Muslim. He's a sadist and a Muslim.
Himself is a Muslim.
Let me tell you the truth. El-Rufai is a sadist. A sadist to the core.
Gumi
is
against the government.
Gumi is the person they are using to sponsor the terrorists.
Who is using Gumi to sponsor terrorists?
And the government of the day.
Is it confirmed?
It's confirmed. They're normally giving money to go and the government of the day giving money.
They are helpless when they want to collect ransom. You pay ransom.
They give to ordinary Gumi. It's a slap on Nigeria. In 2014, I remember what El-Rufai said when they kidnapped the Chibok girls. He said, if this government do not know what they can do, it is better they negotiate. The citizens of Nigeria are very prominent. But the table has turned.
Why is it that we don't have a prominent activists speaking at this point in time?
They have captured all of them.
Captured in what?
They captured them. When they speak, they will say there is hate speech. It has been passed to the law.
It has not been passed. It has not been passed.
Anyone that speaks against this government, is it Labour? Is it these people that you are seeing that are vocal during Jonathan's administration? Most of them are not speaking because they are going to deal with them. They may send these terrorists against them.
Okay, with the way things are going now, is there any solution from the church? It seems Adeboye is speaking now. Is there any solution the church can offer?
Well, the only solution the church can offer is to pray. Is to pray, and the church should get involved.
I've been praying, and people don't believe in prayer anymore.
And to get involved into politics, we need to get into.
Some people are saying that it's not good for a man of God to get involved.
No, it's not man of God. The Christians should get involved. They are not. These are not politicians. These are people that have ideology. These are people that have the fear of God. These are the people we are looking at. Like Upom now, I can subscribe him to go into politics.
But he's a man of God. He's a pastor like Adeboye.
He's aspiring to be one day become a president.
Adeboye aspires to be a president,
he said it yesterday. Adeboye said it yesterday. He said, "My calling is not politics. I'm not a politician. My calling is I'm a pastor." That's what Pastor Adeboye said yesterday. So he said, "Don't distract me." He made it emphatically, and he said, "I am a pastor." And he has said it wholeheartedly. Okay. That the way Nigeria is going, we are already in a phase state.
He said on 23 election may not hold Adeboye.
There's a clause there. Election may not hold because God have not spoken to me yet. And there's another thing he added that in 2019 election, he said God spoke to him a year before that election. Are you getting? He is telling us that God can still speak to him. But as of today, as of yesterday when he was preaching, he said God has not spoken to him. That
I can interpret that if God does not speak to him, election will not hold.
What he's saying is that he's saying, if you listen to him categorically, he said, "Me, Adeboye, this is what I am saying." You understand? He's not talking as he said he's not a prophet. That God may have spoken to some prophets. Okay. Look at the category, the words of he chose the words. You understand? He chose the word that him as Adeboye. So my take is this: Nigeria. I don't know whether you listen to the president. He said from up to bottom, from top to bottom, we are already beneath the bottom. Nigeria, they call them Nigeria. We are now a Gwagaga country, a Gwagaga, a country that is disorganized, a country that we have head of state that have the brain of a fish.
No, how will you call your president like that? How will you call your president?
See, I am talking from my bitterness. My bitterness, I'm talking from it. We don't have a president. Did you look at the media when a lecturer in one of the foreign countries, we are using Buhari as an example
of a bad leader.
It's a slap on with Nigeria. It's a slap on with the citizen.
Oh,
my brother.
So is there any way forward?
The way forward. There are two ways forward. Number one, let us go and get our PVC and get away this bad government out of power.
Is it just this bad government or every bad?
If we get it right at the top, the other part we set. So because we got it wrong with Buhari.
Nigerians voted Buhari 2015.
He put himself there.
Okay, Nigerians didn't vote him.
No, Nigerians didn't vote him.
I know many people campaigning for save Buhari.
They may be campaigning, but Nigeria never voted for Buhari. But the power constituted on him in 2015 election. he won that election. But 2019 election, he never won that election.
Okay. What's the second solution?
The second solution, the Christian, people that are that have intellectual, should come and get involved into politics. Let us not leave politics or the so-called rascal people, witches and wizards, and all sorts of things. Let people come. Let us see how we can bring out the best of Nigeria. You can be a Senate president. You can be there are people that can be. It's not a must that there are group of people, cartel, that are ruling us. That will not make Nigeria forward.
80% of our oil is being stolen. That is from Adeboye. 80% of.
And the question he asked was that, who are they selling this oil to? Who are the people that are buying it? Where is the money going to? Those are the questions that this government is supposed to ask. You see, Shehu Garuba and Femi Adesina, those are the people that are supposed to answer that question. You understand? They are the people that, our president is the minister of petroleum. They are the people that are supposed to answer that question. Our president, by now, should be able to come out and tell us that information that Pastor Adeboye said is wrong. They should be able to come out and tell us.
And convince us that it is wrong.
That is wrong. But you are going to see, they are not going to say anything. Because they know. Because if you watched Pastor Adeboye yesterday, he was quoting directly. He said it's no longer a secret. It's a public secret that was read in the newspaper. There's a problem, a very big problem.
Okay.
Our president should address this issue. If it is the issue of IPOB now, yes, he should address it. Yes.
Okay.
If it is IPOB now, he would definitely, if before 2 minutes, he would have ordered people to go and deal with them. These are sensitive issues. These are issues that our president can deal with. But our president remains dormant.
Who is your candidate 2023?
Well, let's wait till then.
I think we can others no fit tomorrow. Who's your candidate 2023?
Well, I want to speak as a party man. PDP, I want to speak as a party man. For now, the party, they are looking at bringing out a consensus candidate in PDP.
Tomorrow.
They are going to deliberate on issues. The way forward, how do we capture the power? They want to look at the thinking code. What is the thinking code? How do we set this thing out to the people of Nigeria? It's not a matter of this. If I begin to streamline, you understand? Number one, Wike will go out. Payo Sayum will go out.
Obi Atiku.
Dele Mamadu will go out. The like of Atiku, the like of Obi are the people that we may likely see. They will now come and say, yes, let us now choose. Form an alliance. They may even come back and tell Peter Obi, be the vice.
That's your opinion.
That's my own opinion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Felix. I have Pastor Obong, GPN. Good morning.
Yeah, thank you.
Look at what is happening, Pastor Obong.
Yes.
Adeboye has spoken. Let's hear your own part of it.
Adeboye.
Yeah.
What did he do?
You didn't hear what he said?
What did he do now for what he said? What did he do? What
he
action
spoke on
did he take?
the thing happening in Nigeria.
So what did he do as a man of God?
What did he do?
What
do you expect him to do?
I'm coming.
What do you expect him to do?
Do you ever see a man of light? A man of light that refuses to shine in darkness.
What do you expect?
I'm coming now.
Okay.
Do you ever see a man of light?
Okay.
They believe it's a man of light. Why don't he shine in this darkness? It's darkness. Why don't you shine on it?
Are you not shining? Are you not supposed to shine? You're a man of God also.
You don't understand.
You're a man of God.
I bring a party. You know your GPN?
Is GPN shining?
I'm working on show to shine.
So
I'm coming.
Probably he's working on. He's still working.
You don't work for anything, Mr. Man. Don't listen to me. Don't deceive yourself.
Since you can't shine,
a man is thief.
He also is working.
This man is talking talk. He's talking talk. Wait him. He's just the top. Just the top. This man is just the top. I don't have all what it takes for him to shine. I don't have what it takes for me to shine, but I'm trying to. I'm coming.
What does it take to shine?
I'm coming. It took. Adeboye is a millionaire.
Okay, it takes money to shine.
It took money to shine. It took everything to put in your effort to become what?
No, it takes money to shine. Which other one again?
What? It took money to shine. If you talk about integrity, have it. If you talk about prominent, you have it. Okay. What do you want? You can talk to your body.
So you are saying you should contest as a president or?
Why is it down here?
What is happening is handing with him, so he should leave what he's doing.
What is he doing?
What is the position of Adeboye?
Bros, if Adeboye,
I'm coming.
He says he's a pastor.
What is the position?
It's a pastor.
And this was the calling. As well as the position of Adeboye.
Position of Adeboye is a pastor. He says he's a pastor.
That is his calling. That is his calling.
That is calling.
Not the position.
As far as the citizen of this country, I'm coming now.
Okay.
Mr. Man. As far as the citizen of this country concerned. Citizen of this country concerned. Adeboye have right to deliver this country. He's a citizen of this country. Is it from Ofasi?
So your argument that he has not done enough?
Nothing. You're talk.
So what do you expect him to do?
I expect him to form a political party, bring pastors in, fire the nation, come on, all this nonsense. That's his duty.
As easy as that.
That's it. His duty. He have a crowd for church, he have a crowd member, he go win the election, flush all these things, give up freedom. So that's your duty as a man of God.
So the members that belong to different political parties,
the members that belong political parties, the member could generate lights. They will get good thing, good government, everything. Because the member is in life.
The party, a member that belongs to APC should leave APC and join the party.
Bros, every member. I'm coming now. I'm coming. Every member of the Redeemed Church, if Adeboye declare a party, they are all coming there to do good with Adeboye, to deliver the nation from bondage.
Okay, let's focus on you now. What have you done to bring light? What have you done to bring light?
I'm coming. Okay. What I'm doing to bring light? I'll bring a political party. I'm campaigning it. GPN.
But we have not seen light yet.
Yes, now I'm campaigning.
Wait.
I'm campaigning it now.
Say we should wait.
Wait. We are working on it.
People died in Kaduna last week.
Even though they die, when we come, everything will stop.
Our oil is being stolen.
Even though it's stolen.
Every day.
Until Christ come, there was darkness before Christ come.
We are not.
We not count of listen. We not count of life.
There must be darkness until Christ
come. Yes, Christ come.
Then why are you blaming Adeboye for not shining?
Christ has time to come now. He must start to come now. Adeboye must come now and come. He must be a patron to sponsor GPN, to come into power and to deliver. Yes, it's a duty for him. It's his duty to sponsor GPN.
Okay, he's saying that election may not hold in 2023, Adeboye.
He said so. Election may not. It may not hold.
What do you think he saw by saying that?
Listen to me. Adeboye speak word. Election may not hold. People hear him. Election may hold. Don't take the word I say now. Prophecy. Don't be prophecy. You want to be prophecy. If the prophecy must come to pass, whether they like it or not.
Something was saying that
they have nothing to see. Election it may hold. It may hold. If you know hold, that means it's what final. But if you hold, it's what now you talk. So forget about that one. Go to another level.
Okay, let's look at now. You see that people are preparing for 2023. Preparing. We have the article, the week, IE mothers, Tinubu and others. Where do you stand? Do you stand a chance?
It's still a bad egg. We don't see the river yet. They are not Messiah. They are not to help. They are still the same thing. A Messiah will come. He's dragging to come. You know, easy for him. Only party can deliver the nation is GPN. Nobody can stop it.
Convince me.
I'll come to convince you.
Convince me.
GPN said, good people in Nigeria good. No, it's the only party Nigeria needs. These bad guys cannot deliver you. They will come again.
Convince me.
No be Atiku.
I have my vote.
I'm coming. No be Atiku.
Okay.
No be Wike. No be all of them. Is there all of them that be in government before? What do you see them do?
How can you convince a Nigerian to vote GPN?
Now, I will convince Nigerian to vote is how? Listen. GPN is what? Yeah, the name. Good people. Try this, good people.
I know. I know. Don't tell me try it.
No, try the good people. Me. You must try.
What are you going to give me?
I don't give you something.
You don't give me anything.
What I bring to you for freedom.
You don't give me anything.
I give you freedom.
How will you give me freedom?
I'm coming.
Are you free?
That's I'm going to give freedom.
Are you free?
I'm free. How? That's what I'm coming. That's I'm free.
How are you
I'm free. I go let you have this freedom.
How are you free?
I'm free in this country. That's why I can boldly to come out and say I declare party. You're not free yet. You don't do that. Hear me? You cannot declare.
I don't understand.
You cannot declare party. I understand now. I'm free. That's why I can stand here.
If I come and declare.
I'm coming. I'm free, like I can stand here and declare a party. Out. I say this party is a party that must be registered and run in this country because I'm free.
Can you travel by train at Kaduna?
If I travel by train, nothing will happen. I control the atmosphere. You understand me? You are not like me. I'm not like you.
How much are you paying for fuel?
If I pay for fuel, I pay because I have people to pay. I'm not like you. You are not like me. Yes. But I want to tell you.
Do you have a house in Lagos? Wait, do you have a house in Lagos?
I pay house in Lagos.
You are not free.
You understand me? I pay house in Lagos.
You're a tenant. You're not free.
Even though I'm a tenant can live until he dies.
You are not
no
free.
mean that you're not free.
There are some slaves that
a tenant can live till he dies. In America, all the house for government. I'm coming now. In America, all the house now government get out. Are they in bondage?
There are some slaves that live the
house. No, I understand. All America pay money to what? Pay rent their rent. Are they not free? What's the problem? What is all that? You don't be a rebel politician. Don't be a rebel.
Politician. I'm not a politician.
Don't be a rebel. America, all Britain, all the pay as rent. Are they still slaves? They are not slaves.
Okay, how did we come into this problem that we are facing now?
They come to the problem in this. I tell you before, there's injustice to the God. I see the job people don't understand.
Injustice to the gods. Okay.
I see the job people don't understand. Those God, I don't find Nigeria, no be weak.
Can we know their name? Do you have a name that we can call them?
A lot of injustice to the gods. Injustice to the gods. Those gods, I don't feel Nigeria, no be weak, no be president. And those gods finish the country. Keep in my own path. If you don't keep them, they don't bond well. Only people know how to settle those gods to bring peace to the country. Get me? Only people know how to settle those gods and bring peace to the heart. And they want nation come turn to peace.
Okay, this terrorist attack now, how will GPM? What would they do?
All these terrorists. Now, just switch button.
Switch.
Just a switch button off. Bam. All the cease.
Maybe I will attend your.
You don't understand what I'm getting?
Party meeting.
All the bandits, X-men, all the things. Now they just off button. Bam. Everything cease.
Maybe I will attend your party meeting. So
you need to understand what is going on.
I need to attend.
We are preacher people. We know how to end the problem.
Why don't you end it now?
I'm working on it. If I dip in power, go end.
Until you get to power.
Yes, I can end it.
You can start from where you are.
No, understand me. There's something I must do. Everything end. The button must press. Everything end.
Please press the button before you become.
No, you don't understand me. The button must press. Everything end. I must get here to press that button off.
With the spiritual, we are going to the.
That is it. No be wild and why not a woman being. Now the gods finish the country. There's injustice to the gods.
Can you cite an example? One thing that happened.
Make I tell you. See, we said our country is three nations. BBC Wasobia note. How many people they get? 4 people. Wasobia note, 59 note. You see 4 people in the note. 1, 2, 3, 4. See now. Why did one neglect it? They know they cannot that one. Why is it only one? Yoruba ask an Igbo, he didn't recognize.
But that's why.
There's one neglected. There's one that's injustice. You think that they can give up? Why if you know that it's the 3 people can do to be in Wasobia? Why do you put 4? You can put 3 now. You go put 4 people.
Okay, that's where our problem started from.
That is where the problem started from. Injustice to the gods. That one you know recognize. What is it? Okay. Let's go to 1,900. Bring 2 people there and you don't give them date of birth, they are above graphic. What happened? In any note in this country, you know that don't above graphic. You know in this country, they don't above graphic. He let a man die and the man is born. Is it happen? Even in the grave of ancients, you must write the date or he died and the day is born. Why don't you write it for them? Why do you write for other nations? Other note. With this one, you know that.
If we put all these things in perspective,
for you, you don't know what is going on. If I bring all these things to peace, it's a peace to be like injustice to the gods. All Nigerians not carry date of birth. Why this one not carry?
So what's your advice to Nigerians this morning?
Okay, I'm coming.
What's your advice to Nigerians this morning?
Fraud me. Look for me. The only way out. It go worse than this.
You have not convinced me to vote for you.
See.
What is your social contract with Nigeria?
Bros. Let me tell you one thing. Drop greediness. Drop greediness and drop that you know me. Drop that one. No, I know this man. No. Just drop that one. Just say they just try this man.
Somebody's asking, how will you solve unemployment in Nigeria?
Unemployment. They say all unwork. people who have a company. Angwo people have a company. Bricklayer, electrician, everybody will have a company as Angwo. Just got to be in America. When everybody have Angwo, all person have Angwo, they have company to work and collect salary.
Okay.
It will be worse to what the job will flow everywhere.
Please, let's support Ubong, especially there's 40 million naira for form. Please, I don't know how you're going to.
I don't 40 million naira for form. I will come out without the 40 million naira.
You are going to come out with 40 million.
I'm coming out. Listen to me. They register party with 10,000. All the party register with 10,000, 5,000. At the end of party, carry registration to 40 million. For people not to register, I'll come out. Point them where.
40 million. Thank you very much. Let's look out for Obong. Obong, what's your full name?
You are looking out for GPN platform. Pastor Gideon.
Pastor Gideon.
That is the way. That is the way out.
Thank you very much.
If you don't state me, if you don't put me there, nothing for Nigeria. It will be worse than this.
Okay, thank you.
I don't hear prophesy on me, I prophesy my own, it will be worse than this.
Thank you very much.
Put me there. I'll put things, please.
Thank you very much.
I'm coming out.
Thank you.
Everywhere.
Thank you.
GPN. Good people, Nigerian good people.
Thank you very much, Mr. Obong. Gideon. Good morning, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
Yeah, this is okay. Every time, people with different perception and also orientation. Let's look at what is happening. Let's take a look at the Imam, the Abuja Imam that was suspended. How do you look at that?
So thank you for having me. Matthew is the name. I think it's becoming unbecoming of the government.
Unbecoming?
Yes. Because in the first instance, when I read about the suspension of the Imam, that was attributed, his suspension was attributed to the committee in charge of, steering committee in charge of the mosque. But I was surprised when Loretta Noche started defending the position of the people who suspended him. So one begin to wonder whether the suspension was a directive from Asu Rock, from the presidency. And if you look at the statement credited to those who suspended him, where they alluded to the fact that he was inciting violence, I think I disagree with them with all due respect. Because he merely criticized the president, this government, of their inefficiency to fight insurgency, banditry, kidnapping, and all crime that have taken over the whole country. The area they are holding to say he was inciting violence is where he talked about threat of voting in 2023. And he was trying to acknowledge government that they will only vote for those who will protect them. So for me, I think the suspension is uncalled for. Because it is like you are trying to intimidate people, you are trying to cow people, you are trying to hand people, you are trying to enforce your will on the people. You are not surprised anyway. Because if you look at the way and manner APC conducted their convention recently, where Mr. President had to give an order and everybody have to whip into line to comply with the directive. I think we are seeing it trickling into the larger society, and it's a dangerous trend. For me, we have right to criticize.
Attack on free speech.
Yes, we have right to criticize. You get it right. It's an attack on free speech. As citizens, if you know you are afraid of criticism, then do the right thing. If you know you don't want to be criticized, address the security challenges. Arrest those bandits or those terrorists who kidnap passengers who were traveling from Abuja to Kaduna.
Everybody say they know them.
This is not the first time we'll be hearing similar things. He probably said that if the government is not willing to address it, that they will be ready to hire machineries to fight the crime. What I want to say generally is, it behoves on the government, whether at the state level or the federal level, to protect lives and property of Nigerians. It is a strength in the constitution that the welfare of Nigerians and their security shall be the primary purpose of governance. And the governor in the state is the governor and chief security officer of the state. The president is the president and commander of the armed forces. So the buck rests with Mr. President. So Mr. President would take responsibility for the failure of DSS, Army, Navy, Air Force, police, name it. And anywhere they record success in any of the theater of operations, it takes the credit. So to that extent, Mr. President is culpable in this failure of security architecture in Nigeria.
He has been advised to declare state of emergency in Kaduna State.
It's not just enough to declare state of emergency. What we are saying is that reject the security architecture. The command and control system that is coming from Abuja is not helping any situation. The same scenario we had in Ibarapa local government area of Oyo State that gave rise to Sunday Bowl is what you see that is making crime to increase in the northern part of the country. All crime is local.
Crime is local.
Yes, yeah. Because if you look at these bandits, now terrorists, they operate in the locality. You cannot tell me that the locals do not have some level of intelligence about the activities of the local of the terrorists. The chairman of Arewa Consultative Forum, the youth wing, said that there was rumor of that attack about 48 minutes or hours to that attack. So to that extent, the locals may have gotten wind of the impending attack. So if you incorporate the locals into the security architecture, they will achieve more results. Posting okay, now, for instance, somebody who came from Delta State, from Lagos State, from Ogun State, from Bayelsa, who does not know the terrain in Kaduna, will posted to go and man security surveillance on that railway. There is little or nothing he can do in terms of intelligence gathering, in terms of the terrain. But if you involve the locals, they know the terrain. The bandits or the criminals, the terrorists who are operating in that axis come to town to get food, to get almost all the consumables they use in the forest, and they liaise with the locals. So if you involve the local authorities by way of traditional institutions have a way of making their subjects to give them credible information. But if the government is coming from Abuja, the local the confidence in the government, in the security agency from Abuja. But if you raise the security head in the local environment, they'll have that confidence on level of information. We will make you nip this crime. So it's not just about, it's about rejecting.
Adeboye Pastor vocal yesterday said that elections may not hold.
I think he based off because before election in talking to him.
Okay. Let's continue.
Okay.
You say it was a personal.
I said, Adeboye is somebody I respect so much. He's somebody I believe is close to God. So he was speaking based on relationship with God. And from what he said, that before 2019 election, that God did spoke to him. And that this 2020 election, that God had not spoken to him. But he went further to say that he is not categorically saying that the election will not hold. But let me say something at this point. That when God speaks to people, it is by discretion of God. There are instances where no matter your status in the vineyard, if it does not please God to speak on a particular issue, God will not speak. I remind you of an instance in the Bible. Elisha, the woman he prayed for, and God gave that woman a child. There was a scenario where the woman ran to Elisha,
Okay.
and held Elisha by the foot. Elisha's servants were trying to pull her hand out, because for them, she was not supposed to hold a prophet in that manner. But Elisha told them, he said they should leave that woman, that he perceived that something is wrong, that woman is grieved in the spirit, but that God had not revealed to him. Eventually, it was the death of the son that the woman came to report to him. But as at the time she came looking for Elisha, the prophet, it had not pleased God to reveal to Elisha. So to that extent, if it pleases God to reveal to you, he reveals. If it does not please God, it's not sufficient to say God must reveal. Look at the case of is it Elisha or Elijah, when they were confounded by enemies, and Elijah had to pray when the servant was frightened by the presence of the enemies. Elijah had to pray to God to open the eye of the servant that he may see. And when he eventually he saw that they were on the hill, surrounded by chariots of fire, angels of God, even more in number than the enemy. So what I'm trying to portray is that if it pleases God to reveal to you, he reveal. If it does not please God, he will not reveal, irrespective of your status in the vineyard of God. But that notwithstanding, Adeboye is a child of God.
You spoke about the nation sliding into bankruptcy. You listen to the broadcast.
You don't even like who was even saying it, that we don't need an imam to tell us about the status of the state of the nation. You don't need a prophet to know that Nigeria is in disarray. Look at the situation in Ukraine. Nigerians are dying more in their number than Ukraine, that Russian forces invaded. So you don't need a soothsayer, you don't need a prophet, you don't need. You can see it happening, you can see it manifesting. Nigeria's security situation have never been this bad. As we speak, you cannot even, the authorities do not even have the data as to how many Nigerians are dying on a daily basis. As we speak, Nigerians are at the mercy of the kidnappers, bandits, terrorists. As we speak, the army, the police is no longer in charge in places like Zamfara, in places like Niger, Kaduna, and some places. The security agencies cannot authoritatively say the sovereignty of Nigeria is in their hands. So it is glaring that we need a rejigging of the security architecture. It is glaring that Mr. President has failed woefully to protect life and property. So we must not, because for me, they can sack the sheikh, the imam. Is it Khalid? But me, I'm not holding any government position for anybody to sack me. What I'm telling you that Mr. President has failed Nigerians in protecting life and property. It doesn't matter the opinion of the president. It doesn't matter the opinion of the original chair.
They may come for you.
They cannot come for me because I know my boundary. I know what I say. What I'm saying is that I have right to criticize Mr. President. I have right. No, they only sacked him from that position of imam of the mosque. They didn't sack him from being a human being or being a Nigerian. So I'm not holding any government position. What I'm telling you is that Mr. President has failed in protecting life and property, and Mr. President knows it.
What did he do? He knows it.
He knows it. You see how many people are dying, how bandits are killing Nigerians. Even the military, the police are becoming vulnerable to bandits, to terrorists. So where lies the hope of the ordinary man? I pity your life because you are the one that rent essential services when in the event of all this kind of scenario.
I'm giving my life to God, so don't pity me.
Okay. Then you are a special person anyway. But what I'm trying to say is, it is worrisome And until we start telling Mr. President to his face that you have failed Nigerians, he will not write to responsibility to protect life and property. Because if he's not happy that people are telling him that he has failed, let him deliver on the job.
And today,
It is if Mr. President is protecting Nigerians, protecting Nigerian properties, he's not doing anybody any favor. It behoves on him to do so. Like we rightly said, that the security and welfare of Nigerians shall be the primary purpose of governance. So if you are failing the very primary purpose of governance, then which area are you delivering? So for me, Mr. President has failed woefully in protecting lives and property in Nigeria.
Total war on terrorists, bandits. We have spoken about that one. Let's look at Monday sit at home. What do you expect?
In the southeast, I think Soludo is now trying to look at it from a broad perspective. We're trying to bring all stakeholders on board. And the way it stands, he's saying that Monday should be a prayer day. And he have enjoined all the stakeholders to ensure that they come out to pray for the peace of the state and the region in general on Monday. Then again, I think IPOB is already been drafted into the peace negotiation. And because from what we can understand, except otherwise they will come out to deny it. We are seeing statement credited to IPOB that they are.
Who in IPOB? They just said IPOB.
That is why I say otherwise. I said they will come and deny it. Because when you see a statement credited to Mr. Christian Chukwu, and you wait for 2-3 days, he didn't come to refute it, then it becomes a fact.
Okay.
So I'm not categorically saying it's from them, but for up to now, I have not seen any refuter as to whether. But again, whether we like it or not, I think IPOB is a lover of peace, and I think they will cherish to see their brothers and sisters live in peace rather than being slaughtered on a daily basis. So that to that extent, you can even see that severally IPOB have denied culpability in terms of killing and maiming the Igbos. They have always attributed it to DSS and Nigerian sponsored their killing. So to that extent, if somebody is telling you, I am not involved in killing my brothers, and somebody is saying, let us come together to broker peace so that the killing of our brother will stop, I think it calls for every stakeholder to embrace it.
Okay, lastly, what do you see coming 2023?
2023 is election year. I think the presidential election will hold precisely by March. So I see it's unfortunate anyway that PDP and APC will still be the dominant party currently from what we are seeing. We have not seen any serious opposition, whether by way of third force, a way of another political platform, to wrestle power from APC and PDP. From what is on ground, what I can see, except there's a major change of event going forward. But from what I can see up to this moment, PDP and APC, they are a party to beat in that election, unfortunately. But again, I think we have had enough of Buhari's ideology. That is why I took exception with Yahya Bello when I saw him declare his intention at Eagle Square. They were drumming support for Yahya Bello and they were talking about Buhari legacy that is going to continue with Buhari legacy. And this is somebody who have liquidated all his goodwill, all the good legacy he came in with, whether rightly or wrongly. Those legacies have been liquidated because they have not been able to deliver on the job. So when you see somebody campaigning and telling you that he want to leverage, he want to promote, he want to carry on with the legacy of Mr. President, I wonder where he want to take us to. Again, that is why I look at some aspirants. I wonder whether they want the vote of Nigerians. Because there are so many aspirants currently who are in APC who have not one day or deemed it necessary to condemn policies of this government, and these policies are bring Nigeria to the sorry state, to its nil. And such person will be telling you he wants to rule Nigeria, and he have privilege to have access to Mr. President to advise him or condemn his policies, and he have not done that, and he'll be telling us he wants to rule Nigeria. So for me, I think I pray there is a better alternative. I pray there will be a better alternative to PDP and APC,
Okay.
so that we can have a house. Yes.
You're a GPN.
Who is GPN?
GPN.
GPN. Who is GPN? Pastor Gideon. He's only playing. He's joking.
Good morning, Mr. Chico.
Yeah, good morning, Christian, and to esteemed viewers. It's another good evening. Okay, good evening. Bye bye. But to esteemed viewers, good morning.
Nigerians are speaking. An imam spoke on Saturday. Adeboye spoke yesterday. They are tired of the situation.
Okay. Now, well, let me borrow a word from Matthew. Matthew said, whether you like it or not. Now, whether you like it or not is undeniable. Whether you like Chigozie or not, the fact cannot be denied. The reality on ground cannot be denied. Now, of course, most people have been living in self-denial and deception. But that notwithstanding, whether you like it or not, it is now glaring that, of course, the center could no longer hold. It is now glaring that, of course, that this supposed country you call Nigeria, your country, of course, is not existence, of course, anymore. And now, of course, it has now gotten to the point that, unfortunately, even the religious leaders can no longer deny it. So that's why, of course, on Saturday, I said the imams, the Muslim faithful, to use this opportunity to pray to Allah for the disintegration, peaceful disintegration of the Nigerian state. Because whether you know it now, not even the imam, not even the afar or the pastor or the reverend, the clergy can deny the fact that this only motu ministry ba no piobogolo. Na ihe mebigo. Ihe mebigo, we ihe mebigo. So and it's unfortunate for those who are still upholding one Nigeria. Unfortunate for those within the corridor of power, who has been, of course, parading and spreading false propaganda. It's why I said that, of course, the same thing applies to the Christian faithful. Should Nigeria survive before Easter, they should use that opportunity of Easter period to pray for the disintegration of Nigeria. If for 62 years or 61 years, you have been praying for Nigeria to become one entity, driven by national patriotism, driven by, of course, justice, equity, and fairness, and that prayer seems not to be answered, then I will implore everyone to use the last opportunity you may have as far as this Ramadan and this Easter period, just to pray one prayer. It is not more. God, please let Nigeria disintegrate in peace. Because if we fail to do that, whether we like it or not, we cannot deny the fact that things has fallen apart. A country where each major source of revenue has been stolen, over 80%.
I heard yesterday.
Over 80% of Nigerian major oil revenue, source of revenue, source of running the country,
80%
is now in the hands of few greedy political gladiators. Then what is now left for the country? I listened to my spiritual father, Pastor Adeboye. He said that Nigeria is on the path of insolvency. But as a national analyst and a realist, I said Nigeria is only have been sunk in insolvency. We are already in the state of insolvency. Because the government told us, which is undeniable, that 90% of the annual revenue is being used to service debts, not even let alone offsetting the debts. Now, what you should have fallen back on, the oil exploration, that the total oil exploration of the Nigerian state, who becomes the 6th largest oil producing country in the world. Now, 80% of that oil exploration cannot be accounted for. The government is alarming, is crying, is helpless. then you can imagine how hopeless this government should be.
And they are going on
When the minister of petroleum still majors as the chief grand in commander, whatever they call him, of army
commander in chief
of armed forces. He majors as the president. He majors as the oil minister, and under his watch, 80% of our oil revenue is being stolen. And when I say this is a typical example of a failed personality, somebody will say this is a hate speech. And now it is not a hate speech when you tell the Nigerians that their future already has been stolen from them. It is not a hate speech. It is not a hate speech when you tell the people that they cannot have common power. We'll be sleeping without energy, without power. It is not a hate speech when your own people cannot cater for their life, cannot feed on one square meal, unbalanced diet. This is not a hate speech. Maybe it is one of the, of course, dividends of democracy that you go to bed without having lights, and the masses will be roaming the street without jobs. That is not hate speech. That is not wickedness. That the people that are dying in Kaduna State, that the Boko Haram are now, of course, under control of the northern region. It's not a hate speech. They are now singing praises. I watched one video where they are shouting, "Ihu, let's go, let's go." Whether you like it or not, they are in motion, and let go means that they are heading towards Abuja, and whatever may happen, of course, may not be far from what you are thinking, because unfortunately, whether you like it or not, they have been infiltrated across the nook and crannies of the entire region. The southwest is under siege, whether you like it or not. The southeast is also under siege, but I think the, what did they call it? The ESN who are in the bush are trying to push them back. That is the only advantage the East might be enjoying. But otherwise, my mothers would have, of course, scurried for safety. Okay. So as the Benin Republic, most of the Western people are scurrying for safety in Benin Republic. Okay. Whether you like it or not, so the truth has catch up with us.
What will you say about how the government treats those that tell them the truth?
It's very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. When we are lamenting, we are calling the attention of the government. If the government is sensible and responsible, they would have listened to those clarion calls and, of course, acted proactively. You see, in order to, of course, remedy the situation. You see, we told you that the agenda of these people is to overrun the entire region, to Islamize the entire region. How can you tell me that people are being adopted under your watch? They are still demanding for ransom, and they are still within the territorial integrity of the Nigerian state. And you tell me that the territorial integrity of the Nigerian state have not been compromised. Whether you like it or not, Senator Smart Adeboye from Kogi West made it very clear in his submission at the plenary of the National Assembly. He said, "Let us dissolve the National Assembly and everybody return to his home."
No election.
He said that they have failed. Mr. please don't disturb me. I know you are being sponsored to distract the people, but that notwithstanding, I understand your antecedents. Please, the man made a submission in National Assembly. This one is not about Chigozie. I think he's a student of Chigozie. You now said, let the National Assembly pass a bill that everybody to his tent, because Nigerian state has failed, Buhari has failed. This one is not coming from my mouth. So if you cannot accept that one from my mouth, maybe this one will be enough. But whether you know it, na ekekwela nkokwa. Obula. Nigeria abala na akoko na. Abala na akoko.
Let's talk about the sit at home, Soludo and the sit at home in the southeast.
That is what I'm saying. Nigeria abala na akoko. And when anything abala na akoko, now we say, I say, they say. Nigeria is no more. But thank God for that submission made by an honorable member, a service senator. He was bold enough to confront the monsters. He was bold enough to confront the first system.
As an APC man.
As an APC man. He said we can no longer continue to live in denial. They should listen to what Chigozie Ndibo have been saying. That referendum should be called, I think, to dissolve this country. That is the only way to save humanity. And now, I know, you see, when you marry a woman newly, it will be shocking you. The same thing applies to Soludo as a governor. You think that he can, with his bare hand, he can cover the entire cloud. It is unrealistic. No matter how big and how powerful you are, you cannot cover the whole cloud with your palm, your palm. That is the mistake, the grievous mistake he made. And I said, I hope he will not end up in shame. Rather than concentrating on developmental strides and his program for the people, he allowed himself to be distracted by focusing on what is bigger than him, by focusing on what is not within his own control. You see, to stop. It is about the people, Ohanweze. And when the Eze decide to turn against the Oha, na Obaziana Koko, Udodoreno, Ahambo Chigozie Ndibo.
Thank you.
Nigeria Balana Koko.
Thank you. If you don't understand what he said, that Nigeria is talking story.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
How's your Monday?
Yeah, we thank God. It's a brand new Monday, but it's a sad Monday likewise. Because no day you wake up in Nigeria. Have you ever been happy? Me, I always wake up on the wrong side of the bed. There's nothing, when I wake up I'm in this country, man, I'm not always happy because things are not working well.
You wish to be in which country?
I wish to be in maybe, that is what I'm still saying now. Say, let us bring on the referendum and go to the archive, bring the constitutional conference with it, and let us work on it. And regional problem, the Panadol, where we could take care the headache of this country, the no manufacturing company has produced for now, as I'm telling you. And you could listen to a man of God yesterday that was saying there will be no election in 2023. And how many people want to be president now? Now, I'm telling you, it's better if anybody comes there now, it's still rubbish, garbage. It will meet. Any president cannot function well under this. Have you finished all this Boko Haram? Let the people that own Boko Haram, let them go and face their own Boko Haram, tackle their own Boko Haram. Everybody go and tackle your issues on your different regionalism. I've been saying this. That what me I prefer is let us go back to the whole old way. And people who are thriving there. You go to Southeast, you go to Southwest, there was competitions. Why? It's not just lazy federalism we are practicing now. You just be waiting for the national cake. All of them are queuing for the national cake. You think it's for your interest? It's for their selfish interest. How many of them want to be president now? This one is coming. This one that they just handed over. If they are this one, you hear Tinubu, you hear Atiku, you hear CPN governor, you hear Amechi, you hear who go come, and all of them. They are the same disruptive system. They are coming out from disruptive system. So what do you expect them? What do you expect them to do?
Are you saying that Nigerians are not supporting, are not in support of their ambition?
You say what?
Are you saying that Nigerians are not in support of their ambition?
It's only a crazy Nigeria that will be in support of any one of them ambition. Because me, I'm sign up. I'm telling you. I've realized the blunders, and I'll sign up. I'm serious. I'll sign up. Any sick person can still be following them. I mean, I've signed up.
What have you signed up for?
I've signed up that none of them.
You are saying no election.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. They've got nothing to offer me. I say I've signed up with all these politicians.
Peter Obi.
Would they allow Peter Obi to get there? Would they allow? It's like, you see, we are always in the Alice Wonderland. We don't even. Would they allow Peter Obi will get there now, he will open their yash. And they won't want somebody that will, expose them. That's Nigerian politics for you. They know that you can get something fixed. They will not allow you. That's why all these technocrats, we are saying, they will just be seeing. They will be seeing figures. They won't know how this figure is being manipulated. Or, there will be under corruption, serious corruption under them. That was a case example. A case example was Jonathan. What happened during Kogi election? governorship election.
He declared last week.
What happened? Antecedents. Anybody that wants to come, look at the antecedents.
But people were there in that Eagle Square.
People were. It's cash. It's power of cash. It's power of cash. It's even Abiola's daughter. Abiola's daughter is leading the campaign. Can you see? You know how many? That lady should come out and tell me whether she has not been bribed or she has not been paid. That Abiola's daughter that is heading.
She must be paid.
What job? She
as a campaign
is she not
person?
Paid, so yeah. She must be paid.
She must be paid, yes.
Has she scrutinized or has she, profiled the guy is following? Has she profiled?
I hear he married 4 wives.
The Yaya Bello.
Yeah,
so we will have 4 first ladies. 4 first ladies. I think these people are just dreaming. They are just dreaming. The 18, I won't like mutiny.
So you don't want mutiny?
I won't like, because if I promoting that, I don't want coup. But if it can happen, I won't go that way. I won't go that way. Before they say you going on 8
That's about the imam that spoke against the government that was suspended, the Abuja imam.
That is because we hate the truth. These people hate the truth. If you castigate them, if you criticize them, you are in soup. Look at the activists on the street now. They've caged them. They've caged them. Showore cannot leave Abuja. Although he talks too much. He cannot leave Abuja as he is now. So if you want to be president, let's see how you will do your campaign within Abuja and win the majority vote you need, that is needed. So as it is, if this country, you and I, every one of us, town hall, we go sit down. This country belongs to all of us, not the Kabazo, not these people parading themselves. I'm a citizen of this country. I have children in this country. What is their future? These people have ruined they're on the verge of ruining my future.
Adeboye said so. He said they have stolen the future of our
children.
That's
95%. You see what we have been saying here it was what that man reacted. People are blaming him that he supported this, he supported that. He make it open that any presidential candidate that comes to him, he bless them because his church is full of all the party members, different members. So in order not to be biased, you come, I'll bless you. You come, I'll bless you. You go your way. But the will of God will be done. You get what I'm saying? Now, you see this fake pastor that is talking behind there. So what is there now is Pastor Yam. You see what I'm saying? Let us take our destiny into our hand. I've been talking to this my brother too. Let us take our destiny into our hand. It's been an article.
How?
You say what?
How do we take our destiny?
We should forget about this. They cannot take us to promised land. That's it. They cannot. Me, I say I've signed up. They cannot take us to any promised land.
The one that hold the yam and the knife.
The yam and the knife. Who owns the yam?
They are holding the yam and holding the knife.
Who's supposed to hit the yam? See, where did they see the yam? Tell me, is it not from us? Is it not our cultivation? Didn't they cultivate the yam from the farmland that belongs to all of us? The yam they are holding now, did they cultivate it from their family's farm? Did they cultivate it from their generation, upon generation land? It's still our land. They pull off the yam. And it's our yam. And they are showing us what belongs to us, that they are in control of it. If you don't bow to them, you'll be starved.
Okay, let's talk about it. Sit at home today. Sit at home in the East. What is your take on it?
Let it continue. If they want, that's what they want. Let it continue. But they should look at the economic factor. Like Soludo is saying that. Me, I have to say it over. 2 wrongs can't make a right. If you sit at home, you are losing a lot of economic benefits. The deed has been done, and these people will be laughing. The enemies outside will be laughing at
enemies.
Yes, the enemies of Southeast that doesn't want that place to settle, that doesn't want peace in that area. You know, there are some politicians that even instigating all this violence. There are some politicians in government that are still even instigating that violence because they reap a lot in violence.
Okay.
When there's violence, they make more money. Okay. The Boko Haram of a thing, who are behind it? The bandits of a thing, who are behind it? So all these people, all these terrorists, they are living large at the expense of we people. They live large. You know ransom they are paying them. You know how much they pay them in
What's the
ransom?
way forward now? Finally,
The way forward now is let us have a town hall meeting. You see drama.
that whole meeting. Continue.
You see, let us come
Together.
to a town hall meeting and we discuss our way out. Jejely. Ideological settlement, because we cannot war as it is now. Because how can an hungry man carry a gun? Where are we going able to see the gun? They are northeast, northern parts. Their border is porous. Ammunitions are coming in there. So we don't pray for war. And we don't have an edge. We masses don't have an edge if we want to start war. So it's ideological war. We need to start with them. Ideological war. Let them know we don't want them. And we don't want their family, any one of their family that are imposing on us.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning, Mr. Lucky.
I am just demonstrating at the back. I was just demonstrating when I had today. Let me tell you, Nigeria is loaded this morning. And see me with suit. I'm loaded too. Anyway, my name is Rocky Ayaguda. I don't know Lagos. I can never be in Lagos.
Are you contesting for any post? Are you contesting?
Me, I am not contesting, but I'm totally angry. I am tired. I am dying. I am frustrated. Because why? Government have fed us. Pastors have fed us. Now you see pastor coming out.
Guys,
Now you be see when election is coming. When election is coming, you be see pastors, see different human beings praising their leaders, praising their people, sort of telling them the truth.
What do you tell?
And
You tell
Adeboye is coming out to say,
good people, GPN, good people, GPN, good people, good people, Nigeria, good people, Nigeria. We draw from this thing.
Buhari has frustrated so many people. They are frustrated. They can just form anything they like. What is GPN? What is a man that cannot even gather just people for church? They'll be talking GPN. What is GPN? I beg you, go sit down. Anyway, let's go straight to it. What I'm saying is that 2015, 2014, Jonathan went to redeem camp to go out for Adeboye vote and these people. And I could remember I watched it for TV. He kneel down before Adeboye. Adeboye said, I'm blessed. But that blessing was not enough. Because one of his sons was the vice president of Buhari. And Buhari went to the redeem. And the honor they received Buhari, as Jesus Christ was received that very day. Now, 1 week, 2 weeks, a lot of atrocity, a lot of killing. Adeboye was not saying anything. A lot of pastors were not saying anything. The man in Enugu, Reverend Baka, they were praising, singing, Buhari is the Messiah. God brought him to come and save Nigeria. There was killing, poverty. Everything we labor for years was passed to the back. Today, Adeboye is coming out and saying no election. Is it when the time for East to become the president, to talk about the mandate to save this country? That's why Adeboye is coming out to say no election? No. Let me tell you, if whether election might not be held, the election is telling us we don't need them. We don't need their prophecy now. We don't need their prophecy now. We don't need their prophecy now. What we need now,
they are the cause of the problem.
they are let me tell you, government has paid, pastors has paid, they are paid us. When government paid, the next people is Christians, pastors, imam. But today, they are coming now, okay, what is the solution from them? If tomorrow, if the new politicians who are coming up go to regime, they will receive them, instead of telling them the truth. I could remember when there was enough killing, I expected them to tell Asibanjo, resign, leave that place as a Christian, as a pastor. But today, they almost end their tenure. You are saying there might not be election 2023.
They're saying the truth now.
What is the
Because
truth?
what is happening?
As a man of God who see front, let us see what is going to happen. We have 200 million Nigeria. Does he want to tell me that we don't have a good leader that will save this country? As a man of God, let you look at the front and let's support that person. Election will hold. The same old people will still come up. I went to regime, it will bless them. Have you alive? It will bless them. But what I'm saying, please, Nigeria, we need to wake up. We need to wake up. I believe myself, I don't believe any politician anymore. Our problem we have is killing. Nigeria has become, even the Ukraine, they are throwing bombs. The way the cost of killing Nigeria here, so what Ukraine are killing. You see, hunger are even worse than gun.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hunger is worse than gun. Malaria, sickness, everything have been infected by APC to Nigeria. APC blaming PDP 16 years. Just 7.5 years. APC is like, I don't know, whether 1,000 years. They are backward. Nothing they can boast with. When the pastors are now coming out to say, we condemn, they were not condemning. Is it when people want to end the 8 years, they're not condemning now? Why don't they condemn when they were half years? Or people just supposed to have resigned since. That, how can you be slaughtered like a chicken? And you are there, and now you are coming, want to contest again. Tinubu is coming out, want to contest again. It's 70 years. And if you didn't check their age, Tinubu is got to up to 80 years.
No, 70.
70. That is politician age. Politician age. The real age is 80. So we need a vibrant president that will take us to Ediratu. Not all these old men who when they visit, they always go to toilet 10 times. Yes. So give me another topic.
Okay, let's look at the Abuja imam that spoke against Buhari was suspended. What will you say about that?
Okay. Anyway, you can see now, when some of the clerics want to say the truth, they remove them. That means the cleric doesn't have mouth. You know why? Because they were dancing with them before. They were eating with them before. Yes.
That is the imam.
When you are eating with the devil, you die with the devil. When you are eating with the devil, you die with the devil. Okay. Let me give an example. Oyedepo. When he speak, you know that's man of God who speak. He speak against the government because government has not do the right thing. Did they crucify him? Adeboye just coming out and said there must not be election, insecurity, this and that. When this thing was going on, I could remember I was here say Adeboye is not talking. A lot of them are not talking. Bakare will go to Asoro and just he go to Asoro every day. They don't advise the man like, look, Buhari, hunger are worse than gun. They're not telling the truth. I get to be. Now, election is about to end. Now they're not shouting. Insecurity. Obasanjo too. Obasanjo voted for Buhari.
No, he didn't vote.
Oh, what are you telling me? What are you telling me? Obasanjo left good luck and went to bad luck.
Supported.
Supported. Withdraw all support from good luck and went to bad luck. Bad luck.
No, Buhari. Not bad luck, Buhari.
Buhari, bad luck. B for what? B for Boko Haram. Other politics. B for bad luck.
Okay, lastly, let's talk about the sit at home. What's your take on the sit at home in Southeast?
Anyway, the issue of sit at home, but I know it's not good for those students who want to go to school Monday. It's not good for those who are selling pepper and rice. Because government doesn't give them anything. IPOB doesn't give them anything. They suffer with their money. Where I like the move that the governor who just coming on board, that even APC love, even PDP love, everybody love. I like the way he want to make a move. Organize the rest governors and go to Asoro and talk to the president. Why are you holding Abdikala? What is the reason? Because business is getting worse in Southeast. And my president is that Southeast have not produced president. South have produced president. North have produced president. Southwest have produced president. We should try them. They should release Nnamdi Kanu and let peace reign there. Let peace reign there. Understand me? There's no peace everywhere in Nigeria. There's no peace. Why you holding that man there? Let me tell you. Do you remember when APC come on board? They said Jonathan, the quantity of money that they used to buy weapons, and America couldn't supply them weapons. As I'm Buhari now, has America supplied you weapons? I get to me. Buhari is enjoying what is happening in the north. Buhari has not come to condemn. You always call security. Come, let's have a meeting. What kind of meeting are you doing? A meeting? Nothing. No condemnation. Garibalawa will be talking rubbish. Garibalawa is something to say, I am sorry. Admit that Nigeria military, Buhari, government, APC are paid. They are still managing the information that APC is working. Okay. My brother, we have a big problem. The youth to get up, let me tell you. Go and take our youth. Instead of them to be thinking what to do next, they are sleeping like that in politician houses. There's running next level.
There's hunger.
Hunger. Yeah, there's hunger. APC brought hunger. Tinubu brought hunger. Buhari brought hunger. Amechi brought. You see, they say Amechi to resign. Amechi to resign has a big mouth. Amechi to resign. All the even not even Amechi, president has failed to resign.
Okay, lastly, the president said that we go to farm. This is your yam business. What are we?
My brother,
what is the way?
Just take a walk. 2050, 2040.
Are you not going to start importing yam?
I'm coming. Okay. 2040, 2050. When you stay this place, you look at your rate, you see yam lining up. But now, do you know how much Nigeria government gave it a lot of people to go and farm? Nobody go to farm. Because if you go to farm, they will kill you. No yam, no rice, everything. We are just struggling. Everybody just struggling. We don't know what will happen next. We don't know what will happen next. No food, nothing. Let me ask you now. How much for diesel now? Diesel is going to 700 something naira. Gas is going to almost 10,000 naira. Gas. And we just quiet as if nothing is happening. Nigeria, we need to wake up.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lucky. I have Mr. David. Good morning, Mr. David.
Good morning to you, Mr. Christian Chukwu.
What is happening? What is happening?
A very wonderful morning to you.
If you speak the truth, they will intimidate you.
Who is intimidating us? Nobody is there to intimidate anybody.
There's that Abuja Imam.
You saw the chief imam of, thank God, prominent clergymen, and I was speaking of the truth. You saw the chief imam of Akpo, which said on Friday sermon during their Jumat, he said there will be no election, that we should not vote until the issue of insecurity is being addressed.
It's making sense.
Less than 24 hours when the man preached that sermon at the Abuja, Buhari suspended the man. Buhari suspended the man.
Not Buhari.
Who suspended him now? Who suspended the chief imam of Akpo quarters? Who will give the directive to suspend him? Because that is where all the lawmakers, all the top notch in Abuja worship during Juma service, all the hierarchies in government. Buhari was not there, but certain president was there when the man preached that there will be no election, that nobody should come out and vote. So what are you saying? So Buhari or the certain president might have influenced that decision for the man to be suspended. And the man said he is not the third. Even if it went out for him to lose his life, he will speak the truth.
I love that man.
Thank God, everybody now is not feeling the heat. You know that Obi Furniture was supposed to go to Kaduna and give lecture. Why? He did not go. Because of what? Insecurity. Because okay, did he go? All the sudden I read that he did not go because despite the fact that they promised to give him army, promised to give him a bow, promised to give him he said no, I cannot come and risk myself. Let me stay in the east. That is easy. Thank God. But Adeboye too is not speaking up because these people knows the truth.
Why are they speaking up now? Why are they just speaking now?
Why are they speaking now?
Yes.
Thank God.
Right now.
No, it's not too late. You speak now. You be speaking before. It is not too late. The chief imam of Akpo that spoke yesterday on Friday. What happened to him? Government suspended him because the man he said that there will be no election if the issue of insecurity is not addressed. It's true. This issue of insecurity has now overwhelmed everybody. It has now overwhelmed Buhari. It has overwhelmed everybody. Even the government, it has overwhelmed them. This is what is not killing our economy. Thank God. We are seeing it. We are seeing it.
If before 2023, before the day of election, the government is not able to stop insecurity, will we still continue?
Continue for where? Is it not when you are very, is it not when you are sure that your life is being saved? That's when you come out and vote. Come out, see. That's what Baba said. We should not speak about 2023 election for now until insecurity is addressed. It's because it's not becoming a menace. What is happening now? Do you remember now? If Buhari is not a tribal and sentimental and nepotistic man, what happened in Olu? That Buhari sent troops there. Compared to what is happening in Kaduna, up to now, no troops in that. No troops have been mobilized to Kaduna, but small issues, slight issues now in Olu. If you see Tucano jets going to Olu, and this place, this Kaduna, has been a very fragile place now for some months now. But Buhari has not for one day mobilized army. Buhari for one day has not mobilized Tucano jets. Buhari has not for one day go and do Operation Python dance in the Kaduna. But if we see it now, if we say, oh yeah, me, Operation Bueke, Operation Python dance, and tackling people, it shows that Buhari knows what is happening. He does not want to kill his people, but rather he wants to kill people in the east. Thank God, thank God. See, I am not see who go die, go die. Who no go die, no go die. No, who no go die, who go die, go die. Who go die? Because since we've been shouting it here, we have been shouting it, we have been condemning it here now. It was because so many persons are now what affected. Now, a journey less than 45 minutes now, you'll be scared that if your life is safe. Lawmakers now no longer travel again. All the lawmakers now, they don't travel. All of them sit in Abuja now. Yes.
And Kaduna is closer to Abuja. Kaduna is closer to Abuja.
They will still get to Abuja very soon. If there is,
that's your prayer. That's your prayer.
Which one is my prayer? I'm not praying for evil. If the need is, if this issue of insecurity is not being addressed, they will get to Abuja. It's not my prayer. I'm not praying for it. But now, how many minutes drive from Abuja to Kaduna? Is less than an hour. Until when everything is put in place. My brother, just like what Adeboye said yesterday. He said, which state is next? Baba said, Kaduna, Zamfara, Borno, which state is next? He asked that question. The question mark. Tomorrow is Lagos. Don't be surprised though. Lagos too is not safe. Forget what I'm saying. No, Lagos is not safe. If bandits can invade Abuja, can invade Kano, Kaduna, that has all the military headquarters, that has NDA, that has Police Defense Academy, that has Jaji, Kaduna, Senate of Lagos, Abuja, nothing.
There's one thing about Lagos. At every strategic street you can see is northern influence. Every street.
Yeah.
They have planted themselves strategically. In your street, you must see.
That one is certain. But see, my prayer is that when there will strike, I will not be in Nigeria then. Yes, because you know that strike is what inevitable. It must come in this Lagos. Bet me. Nobody can stop it. Is it this one that see Baba is doing? Sanwo-Olu does not even know if he's the governor of the state. Sanwo-Olu does not even know the function of being a governor. Sanwo-Olu does not even know the function of being
Yes, internet is wonderful in this part of the country. Our internet is giving us a big problem. Yeah. So let me come to David. David, just talk. About finish. David. Sorry, the internet problem. Please bear with us. Okay. We stopped at the imam that
Imam at Akpo that was being suspended due to the fact that the man told those in government the truth. It's time for them to sit up rather than giving flimsy excuse about insecurity. You cannot keep on blaming PDP for 7 years. Every small thing in insecurity.
I wonder.
You say PDP. This is 7 years. PDP left government 7 years ago. 7 years ago. So 7 years you coming on board, you should have mechanism in which you want to face the government. That was it was.
And they are campaigning to remain in power.
Promise you give the people. PDP did not do well. That was why we Nigerians voted them out. You said you give us a better life, you will give us a better secured Nigeria. You promise to create 25 million jobs yearly for us. You promise heaven and earth. You promise to make $1 to $1. You promise to pay our age parents 5,000 naira monthly. You promise to make sure that every sector of the economy is working. That was the campaign promises you gave to us. And Nigerians bought that idea and voted it. 7 years along the line, you are still blaming PDP. It doesn't sound well. It doesn't make sense. It's like you are a player. You are a player in a team, and your team is down. Your team is down for 2-0. You know all these facts that the opponent is winning your team. Now you tell your coach, please substitute that particular person. Put me. When I go, I will equalize and I will make sure that before the end of 90 minutes, we win this match. And now on getting to the pitch, the coach has to substitute you and then bring you on board to play the match. Now you got there, you started blaming the coach and coach. See, why is that? It was after our team is down. That's why you have to put me there. That is the reason. That is the issue of APC. You know all these problems before coming on board. You said it was well us, but now you are still being blamed on PDP. Fine, PDP has destroyed the economy. Fine, but what have you done to revise this policy, to remedy, to bring us out of this?
What have you done differently?
What have you done differently from PDP? There's not now. All what to do every day is to condemn PDP. 7 years for first tenure. We thought it was Saraki that stopped everything. Now Saraki left there again for you now. This is next year now. The tenure would be there. Still, nothing has been done. See, my brother, I am in support of there should be no election come 2023. I am fully in support. Yes, because it is only when the country is secure. That is when you have people that will vote for you. If the country is not secure, what if tomorrow a polling booth is being attacked? How sure are you that tomorrow it might not be Mr. B? Today it might be A. Who's next? Which state next? Tomorrow. People need to speak up. Thank God people are speaking up. The government people need to tell the government they have failed. They have failed. The same way these men condemn Jonathan. Thank God the likes of them are not condemning Buhari too. It's about development. That is the irony of what democracy.
Adeboye made a revelation. Yes, they said 80% of our oil we get from oil. How? Let's look at that. Let's take a look at that.
Like that. Now, thank God, the clergyman said that 80% of oil that is being produced or refined is being stolen. He said that the money goes into private pockets. Who are these people? The same you, Buhari, said subsidy was scam. Now you came and said subsidy is real. It shows that that what you don't have that political will to stop this fraud. You don't have the political will to stop this fraud. Now you claim you are the minister of what? Petroleum. And then again on that your watch, every crude oil produce that has been produced is being stolen. Who steals it? Who are this person? Are they ghosts? They don't work in on this government. How much? Ever since you've known, how much has NNPC put into the treasury account? TSA. How much are they remitted? How much is NNPC making? Let government tell us. Let us do the audit. You are in a country we export crude oil, but we don't know how much that is being made.
I will have people that will put there.
And we have people that is put there. What is it now? What is the chairman of NNPC doing? Mela Kayari. How much of Senate will call him today? The president will tell him not to appear before the Senate. It shows that Buhari and his colleagues are just making this country.
Buhari and his colleagues?
Yes. Yeah. Who is the Minister of Petroleum? Who? Do you think anything will happen on China ministry that Buhari is not aware of? No, tell me. Buhari is the president as the Minister of Petroleum. This is the first time I'm seeing such thing. He said because he wants to become Minister of Petroleum, just because that he wants to stop looting in that sector. But now looting is even worse.
80%.
80% of the oil we refine is being stolen. It shows that me and you, how many liters of oil, barrels of oil, or PMS do we consume a day? How many? That means now me and you consume 20%. 80% goes to private pockets. You can see how terrible the situation is. Now, 7 coaches of train has been covered. Now, who are the bandits? No bandits are arrested. How many months? How many weeks now? How many weeks now since this attack happened? No bandit has been arrested. No bandit has been paraded.
Okay. Lastly, what's your take? What's your take on what is happening generally?
My take is not different. My take is still with the issue of what Adeboye said. If the issue of security is not addressed, let there be an election. Thank God the chief imam of Akpo told the lawmakers they were seated while they went for the Jumat service prayer on Friday. He said if the issue of insecurity is not addressed, let there be no election. Because me, I cannot risk my life for this miscreants.
Okay.
Nobody can risk their life. Okay. Let this issue of insecurity be addressed. No bandits are arrested. Now, even if you arrest them, nobody ever since this issue of train attack happened. No bandits. If it is now, if you send one is to Kano there, start picking people house to house. Are you telling me that Gumi does not know who these bandits are? Should we Gumi take pictures with them? Gumi knows them. So let government arrest Gumi. Should we Gumi take pictures with them? Now, NFI.
Masari also.
Masari. Is what Masari said.
Why is doing well? It seems like these are leaders. They are suffering from something strange is happening to them. Something strange is happening to some of these leaders. Not our leaders. Some of these leaders.
Let me go to
not my leaders.
Masari, who is saying the governor of Katsina State, who is saying Buhari is the best president now. He said that on Saturday. Democracy. The same Masari was crying as the last 2 months. Bandits wanted to ravage all the states. But what did he do? Masari started giving them money, amnesty. That was why I see that bandits ceased in that state. It was not because of the government intervention or just because of the nation. Masari went and met them one-on-one and was negotiating with them. Now, bandits is now in charge of Katsina State now. Bandits is now in charge. They are now forming military formation. Bandits now, if you want to do any wedding now in the Katsina State, you must hire bandits just to secure your venue of the wedding. That is what Maha Sale did. A governor eating praise on Buhari. If you want to go now, I start because today. Go and check this now. Go to Zamfara, Kaduna, and this state Borno. All the schools in that place now are being guarded by bandits. I start to be corrected. Every schools, public schools and private schools now are being guarded by bandits. If you don't hire bandits to come and safeguard your schools now in the north now,
that is mess. That's a mess. That's a mess. That is a mess.
That is what is happening now. You must, if you want to do wedding now in the north, you must hire buyer. You must settle bandits, so that bandits should not come and disrupt that party. You must go and consult them. Pay money first. Pay money. What is aware? Governor is aware. Governors are aware. So if really the government wants to tackle insecurity, let Gumi knows them. Gumi knows them. Adegos, Gumi take pictures with them. Adefai knows them. So let Adefai go and meet them in the bush.
Okay, thanks very much, Mr. David. I have Oluwa one. Oluwa.
Hey, my brother.
What is happening?
Well, cool. What is happening is getting out of hand. Now, the pastor, the general overseer, have come outside to tell us that the language is not safe, the country is not safe. So, what are we going to do, Christian?
Yes, I'm asking you.
God is going to intervene because it's only God that will save Nigeria. Because it's out of our, it's like the system is with the government. Without the government knowing what is happening, this can never be rampant like this. Because in language now, see what somebody fish out in language, say there might not be election in 2023. So there is a design on the ground map to make it to be so. It's like the Northern want to remain in power forever. They are exploiting us, killing us in the name of insecurity. We see somebody like Gumi, I mean, what is his name? I read yesterday about when he visited one of the forests with one large one man. He said inside the forest, there are multitudes of boys inside the forest, different forests in Northern. But he said they are not up to 15 to 20 years. They say they are mafia. They are smoking drugs, different type of drugs. Wear arms. They have rivals there in Nigeria forest. Okay, what are we talking about? You see, Kaduna. Kaduna is a state in Nigeria that has the highest military information. And they are faith. Air Force, Army, Navy. Also, when you hear of Jaji, before you will run away. But now, the bandits have overpowered that state, which is very bad to a nation. It's dangerous. What are they doing now? The security chief, what are they doing? Every month you do meeting in Aso Rock. You do something about it. You do something about it. Nigeria now we are fed up. The system is vagabond fucked up.
But you still believe in Nigeria being together?
Nigeria being together, but at least not this type of organization of the government situation. They are bad from the up to the toe. They are nowhere to be found. They are just chameleons. They are sucking us. They are killing us softly, and they will perish for it.
Perish?
They will perish now because the days is going to be no banner. It's no banner. They don't have 1 year left in office.
It may not be election.
See that language, because their language now is they are trying to mop up things. There will be violence. They will not use that excuse. There will be election. They must leave. And that one is reality. Their plan has been uncovered.
What is the plan?
Their plan is to destabilize the Nigerian situation that everybody will be afraid to come outside to vote. We will destroy them. We will destroy them. We, the youth, will destroy them.
What have the youth done over the month?
The month?
What have
now we have realized this last bombing of a train now. Nigeria have now woke up now. See, now the Clarkman is talking now. Now the rest will be talking. They will know where we are going. We are fishing them out. We can't be sitting down, they will be killing our generation like that. See that young doctor, Chino Law, what is her name? Very young doctor that went to Abuja to finalize a document to go and meet her parents in Canada. Surgery doctor in that kind of age, just executed like that. Every day, run story. The government will be giving you Don't be annoying. Don't be annoying. We'll get into the matter. Who say are you getting to the matter? Before you know it, we'll see another story that is better than that one. So they are nothing of no return. They should go back home, and there must be election. They are going home. Nothing like no election. There must be election because their time is up. They want to form a story that they will be sitting there. They are gone.
You have a candidate.
Our candidate is coming.
When?
Let them be nearer. We have to feed them out now. Them now. We have all of them now. Yeah. This one, eventually, all of them. You don't want to leave the money. They are sucking the money like you are sucking bread and milk. People are dying. You are still removing flag. They want to become the president. President of who? President of the bandits? Or the president of the terrorists? Or the president of the kidnappers? That's a foreclosure situation.
You want to be president of Nigeria?
No, that is not Nigeria. We are Nigeria. They are not going to come back again. All of them are gone home.
Imagine somebody cannot feed.
You can't even feed. Okay, not to talk of it. Even though there is no food. Let's say, for example, you can afford 2 square meals or 3 square meals, or 1 square meal. There is security people will die. You are walking, you are afraid of your back. You can't travel, you can't go anywhere, only plane. Plane now, before you know now, they will be bombing plane down. The time when they will fall bomb plane down now, where will Nigeria be?
You can't
because
fly.
somebody that invade airport. Now, after airport, under 3 days, you now invade train track, killing people. What you mean? You know the air?
The road?
The rain.
The rain? The air.
Now remember the air. Now they are now increasing the air fee.
The air is for them now. It's not for me and you.
Yes. They will. One day they will fall themselves down. Because all those bandits, they are collecting money for them. They are collecting our money that they're supposed to use to develop us, to make us see tomorrow. They are using that money to feed all those bandit leaders.
Okay. So what's the way forward?
The way forward that we should come outside and vote. Vote them out. Vote them out. No more accepting money.
What party are you voting?
Party I'm voting. I'm going to form my party. I've already told you, MOP is coming back. Movement of the people. We have to march in a large to remove the iniquity out of the Aso Rock and out of the government house in Nigeria as a whole. The whole state governor, they are all criminality with their godfather on top. Their time has come. My party, MOP, Movement of the People, it's my godfather. It's like my adopted father. Fela Anikulapo Kuti of blessed memory. He formed that party. And yesterday, somebody cancelled that party. You see, alive, Passenger, Lucian Passenger. It's one of the dirtiest criminals we ever have in this country. And they are going to perish for it.
Obasanjo.
Yeah, all of them. Where were they? Are they not the one that's looted all the lootable? Now they are going to die. They are not talking language that will be painting them good. They are demonic people. And Nigeria will come out for that party. Movement of the people. MOP, let that party resurrect again. And let us drive them out of our nation. They are devilish.
Oluwawan, African Tupac.
I like you very much.
Okay, Mr. Raf. Okay, it seems we're going to the end of Bystanders and Newsstands this morning. I'm Christian Chiku, wonderful one from our reviewers and our analysts. Thank you very much for being part of the program. Till tomorrow as we meet for another edition of Bystanders at the Newsstands. I am Christian Chiku. And the most they have made us believe that